हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna. So before we start our session, we'll offer prayers to all the Guru and the Vaishnavas. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanam Janasalakya Chakshuramitam Nena Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sadrajatam Sangana Raghunathan Tam Sajitam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Shankhanita Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vrishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Chanani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatadine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today's topic is from weakness to victory. So this is a very interesting topic and very relevant for us also. All of us, we want to attain victory and overcome our weaknesses. So if you see in the Puranas, we'll discuss a few incidences from different Puranas and Vedic literatures to try to understand that what are the different factors which influence us, and why one feels weak, and how one can overcome one's weaknesses and attain victory. So if you see from weakness, it has two ways. It goes through two directions from weakness. Either it can turn to wickedness, or it can be channelized to victory. Right? If you see in the case of there is one story of Ajamil Brahman. Who read that story? You purchased that book? Second Chance. You read that book? So there is a book called Second Chance. So in that book, there is a story of a Brahmana called Ajamil. So Ajamil was a very nice Brahmana, and he was doing very nice tapasya and austerities and doing all his duties very nicely in the forest with his father and with his wife and a few children. But once what happened, he went to bring some wood in the forest and he saw two very low-class men and women having illicit relation, taking advantage of the secluded situation of the forest. They were trying to indulge in illicit sexual relation. So Ajamil was a Brahmana and he never thought of doing this kind of things, but now he is experiencing something which he never anticipated. But now such a situation has come, so he tried to go away with it, go away from it, and but he could not resist, and he felt to see and to enjoy the scene. So he hid himself behind a tree, and he saw the whole scene. And later, when he came back to his home, that whole scene was he was contemplating on it. And later, he appointed that same woman as his maid servant in his house. Is it clear till this point? The story is clear. And finally, when the prostitute, which he saw in the forest, when she was appointed as a maid servant in the house, gradually the attraction became even more intense because now every day he's seeing the same woman. It became intense and intense and intense. And finally, he left his wife and ran away with that prostitute. And the prostitute, she was a very low class woman and she used to drink, she used to eat meat, and she used to indulge in all sorts of sinful activities. So the Jamil also followed the same sinful activities and he also became very sinful. So this is what happened. From weakness to he is turning into wickedness. He was weak, he could not resist the alluring scene in the forest, the illicit thing which happened in the forest because of his weakness. And now that weakness gradually transformed into wickedness. That he left his wife and he started doing all the simple activities just to please the prostitute. Because the prostitute used to drink, so he used to also drink. The prostitute wanted meat and all those kinds of wine and meat and everything. So he started robbing people, killing people, thievery, everything he started just to satisfy the needs of the prostitute. So the weakness gradually transferred to wickedness. But what happened when at the end of his life, now I'm cutting the long story short. Now, at the end of his life, when he was about to die, then he had, at the age of 80 years, he had one very small son called Narayan. So he was very attached and affectionate to him, especially. So at the end of his life, he was called Narayan, Narayan. At the end of life, we remember those whom we love a lot. Right? So he called. But when he called Narayan, he remembered the Supreme Lord and his practices which he used to do in the beginning of his life. He called Narayan to his son. But all those remembrances of worshipping Narayan suddenly came in his mind. And because of that, he was given one more chance. That's why second chance. The book name is Second Chance, because the second chance was given to him. So at the end of life, he was supposed to be carried away by the Yamdutas. But because he remembered Narayan, so Vishnu Dutas immediately took charge, and Vishnu Dutas sent away all the Yamdutas who were taking him to Yamraj, who were beating him nicely and punishing him and tormenting him. But because he remembered Narayan at the end of his life, one more chance, second chance. And he took advantage of this second chance and he transformed his weakness into victory. And in the second chance, which was given by the Yamdutas, he packed his bag, left that prostitute, and immediately ran away to Haridwar. Haridwar, some holy place, just on the bank of Ganges. And he started worshipping Lord Narayan, and finally he went back to Vaikuntha. You see? So we have got these two directions of life. We all are weak. Yes, we are weak. We get influenced. Are we not influenced? Do we not get influenced by the external surroundings? Yes. Right. We get influenced by external surroundings. Students come, when they come in the college, they're very good. They're very obedient. But gradually they start telling lies. They start doing some sinful activities, virtual or gross. First starts with virtual, then transforms into gross. So we have got this option, two directions of life. Now, similarly, we can say in the case of Dhritarashtra also. You know Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kauravas and the uncle of the Pandavas. So Dhritarashtra was given good counseling by Vidura, his brother Vidura. And even though Dhritarashtra was very weak in the sense that he was blindly affectionate towards his evil sons, Kauravas, right? He was very blindly. He was not physically only. No, he was not only physically blind. He was spiritually blind also, socially, morally also blind. He could not see the evil intentions of his sons, and he supported them. But when Vidura, his brother, counseled him, then immediately he take advantage, and immediately he left the kingdom and went to do tapasya, and there, along with his wife Gandhari, Dhritarashtra's wife was Gandhari. Yeah. So along with his wife Gandhari, he went in the forest and he attained the highest position. So it's not bad. That is not the problem, that we have some impurity in our consciousness. That is not the problem. But how we are going to plan for it? We are weak, but admitting our weaknesses and planning how to overcome it, that is important. We are weak towards certain things, are we not? Yes. But do you admit it? And if you admit it, what is your plan to overcome it? That's what makes the difference. So sometimes the weaknesses can be used, instead of admitting our weaknesses, we may take advantage of it. Right? We may take advantage of it. To be selfish, to be lazy, right? We may take advantage of our weaknesses, and we may try to cheat also. Like Dhritarashtra, he was supporting all the evil actions of his sons. He was supporting that. He wanted to torment the Pandavas and to wipe out all the Pandavas. But he was doing all those selfish actions on the plea that he loves his sons. You know, I'm just affectionate father. What is wrong in that? My sons want that. I'm an affectionate father. So this is what, taking advantage of one's weaknesses to fulfill one's evils, to fulfill one's evil plans. So on the plea of showing one's affection to his sons, Dhritarashtra was trying to wipe out the Pandavas. Right? So one should not do like that. One should plan one's weaknesses to overcome it, not to take advantage of it, to fulfill one's selfish intentions. Now, if you want to be a man of wisdom, to overcome our weaknesses and be a man of wisdom, we need to be favored by the Lord, because wisdom is revealed. The wisdom of the Vedas, or the knowledge of the Vedas, is revealed knowledge. You cannot acquire wisdom or spiritual wisdom just by your own efforts. It has to be revealed from the Supreme Lord. He reveals it. Only when He is pleased with us. So there are three aspects. There is Jagdish, the Supreme Lord, Super Soul, and there is Jagat, the material world, and there is Jiva. Jeev, Jagat, Jagdish. You remember? After tell. Jeev, Jagat, Jagdish. The whole. The whole creation consists of these three things only: Jeev, Jagat, and Jagdish. I am there, this nature is there, and the Supreme Lord is there. Is there anything else? No. This is the whole creation. Jeev, Jagat, and Jagdish. So Jagdish is the controller of Jeev and Jagat. He is the proprietor of Jeev and Jagat. And Jagdish, if he is pleased, then he'll reveal the knowledge and the wisdom to us. So there are three things which are very important for the wisdom to be revealed: our good intentions, our good behavior, and the blessings of the gurus and the Vaishnavas, of the superiors. What are the two things, three things? Mahit? Yeah. So good intentions. We'll start with good intentions. Like you see, what do you mean by good intentions? When Diti, the wife of Kashyapa, was doing tapasya to kill the demigods, Devatas. Diti is the mother of Asuras, and Aditi is the mother of Devatas, and Diti is the wife of Kashyap. Kashyap. So when after the Samudra Manthan Lila, when the Asuras were defeated and they were killed and they were thrown away from their position, Asuras were defeated very badly because they could not get the nectar, and Devatas took the nectar and they defeated who? Asuras. So Asuras, they got defeated, but the mother of the Asuras, she became very revengeful. She thought, Diti thought, the mother of the Asuras, that I'll take a revenge of these Devatas. And I'll give birth to a son who will kill Indra. And for that, she started doing a very intense tapasya. So Indra came to know that Diti is doing tapasya. So he planned and went to, somehow the other, by hook or by crook, to kill the child in the womb of Diti. Because if Indra will not kill, then the child will kill. Right? So Indra thought, why not I kill? Like that. So Indra went to Diti and with a plea that he wants to serve her, not with the intention to kill her child, but with the intention to serve. Because in one sense, Diti is the mother of Asuras also, Devatas also, because Diti and Aditi are two wives of Kashyapa. So in one sense, Diti is respectful for Devatas also. Right or not? So Diti said, okay, you want to serve me? Okay. So Diti thought, okay, what, you will serve me and I'll kill you. Let my son take birth. And here Indra is saying that, oh, you want to get served? Okay, I'll show you how to get to serve. I'll kill your child. Both are showing to be honeycomb, but they have a gala poison inside their heart. Both of them. So this is called bad intention. Both of them have bad intention. They are showing good behavior with a bad intention. Why both of them? You are able to understand? Another example is what happened when Durvasa Muni came to Duryodhan very nicely welcomed Durvasa Muni. You know, Durvasa Muni is famous for giving curse. He becomes angry very quickly. So immediately he gives curse. Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni came and Duryodhan welcomed him, Durvasa Muni, and he served him very nicely. And when Durvasa Muni was leaving, Duryodhan said, why don't you visit my very loving brothers who are living in the forest nearby? Because Pandavas were sent to this Gyatwas. So they were there in the forest. So Duryodhan said, why don't you visit them also? We are the same family, and they will be very happy to welcome you and your disciples if you visit after sunset. Like that, something. So, do you think why Duryodhana was so much bothered or so caring for Pandavas suddenly? Generally, he was not so caring, but suddenly, how so much care and love came for the Pandavas? This is the problem. Some bad intention is there, right? One who gives too much explanation, they understand that if you have to find out among few people who is the thief, the one who is giving too much justification, understand that he is the thief. Right? चोर की दाढ़ी में तिनका. So Duryodhana was behaving as if he has so much love and care for the Pandavas, but actually what he wanted that Durvasa Muni with his 10,000 disciples will go to the Pandavas, and the Pandavas live in the forest, they don't have anything to feed. And when the Durvasa Muni will go there, then they will not be able to feed him, and in turn Durvasa Muni will curse. So that's what he wanted. So this is unwanted thing and a bad intention. And another thing is blessing of Guru. One should have good intention, one should not have bad intention. Another thing is blessing of Guru. So if one has good blessing of Guru, automatically all the knowledge gets revealed when all these things combine. So we see that there was a story of a South Indian Brahmana. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the incarnation of Lord Krishna, when he went to South India, there he saw a Brahmana. Everybody was laughing around him. And he used to every day sit with the Bhagavad Gita and watch just the cover page of Bhagavad Gita. He never opened the Bhagavad Gita and cared to read the Bhagavad Gita. But he was just watching the front page of Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is sitting as a Sarthi of Arjuna on the chariot. And Krishna is instructing as a Sarthi sitting on the chariot. So every day he used to see that photo and he used to cry. One day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that everybody around him is laughing and this Brahmana is just busy and seeing the Bhagavad Gita and crying. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with a sense of curiosity, he wanted to know what exactly is happening. So he went and asked the Brahmana, and that he asked, why don't you open the Bhagavad Gita and read it? Why just just busy in gazing the cover page? So the Brahmana said, I don't know how to read. How I'll read? I don't know how to read. So why you are bothering yourself with this Bhagavad Gita if you don't know how to read? It is my Guru who said that, no, you read Bhagavad Gita. It is my Guru who said that you read Bhagavad Gita, and I'm just trying to fulfill his order. I don't know how to read. The person doesn't know how to read, but the Guru has said read. So he's just trying to fulfill his order. At least I'll take Bhagavad Gita and I'll try to read. And just by trying to fulfill the order of the Guru, what he got in return? Something very wonderful. Right? The goal of knowledge is emotion or feelings towards God. That one should develop feelings towards God. That is the goal of knowledge. If by cultivating knowledge you don't get a feeling towards God, if you don't get emotions towards God, then knowledge is what is the point in getting knowledge, right? You should be in a position to love God. Knowledge should bring you to a platform where you should love God, where you can cry for God, right? That is the goal of knowledge. So this Brahmana, just by fulfilling the order of his Guru, he tried to read Bhagavad Gita, he could not read, but just by fulfilling the order of his Guru, he got the emotion towards God. He got loving emotions towards God, and he started crying for God. Is it possible for us to cry for God? No. Yeah, do we love God so much? No. That we can cry for him? No. But you see. So that is the important which I'm trying to emphasize here is if the Guru blesses us, if the spiritual master, the superiors, if they bless us, then everything will be revealed. Similarly, we see that this is the thing. Similarly, good behavior. The third thing is good behavior. Three things are important. good intentions, blessings of Guru, and good behavior. So good behavior means that one should, like, if you see in Bhagavatam, the speaker is Suta Goswami. Who is the speaker in Bhagavatam? Sud Goswami. So Sud Goswami, the character of Sud Goswami is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, that he was very gentle, very affectionate, and very well-behaved person. It is said there. And because of that, it is said that in Bhagavatam that he got blessings of all the gurus and all the spiritual knowledge got revealed in the heart of Suta Goswami because of his well-behaved nature. He was very well-behaved. But in contrast to that, there was another person called Rom Harshana Suta. Rom Harshana Suta, who was killed by Balram. Because when the Supreme Lord Balram entered in the assembly of Rom Harshana Suta, the Rom Harshana Suta was giving a lecture on Bhagavatam, on some Vedic literature, and at the same time, Lord Balram entered the assembly, but this person, Rom Harshana Suta, he didn't care to get up and respect Balram. Everybody got up, but he remained on the seat. So he displayed a sense of pride. He is speaking about God. Now the God has come. Now he is not standing. He is not giving respect. You see. So when we become pride in speaking about God, when we become egoistic. And what happened? Lord Balram took a small, what do you call it? Stick, a very small stick, like 10 small stick. And with that small stick, he killed Rom Harshana Suta. And there itself he died because of the offense, Lord Balram. So, good behavior is very important. Only then, so good behavior should not be just external, it should be internal also in the form of good intention. Right? Internally also will be, you should be well behaved. Internally and externally, we should be well behaved with good intentions and good actions. And then, when internally and externally we are well behaved, then we are qualified to accept the blessings of Guru. Then we become qualified to accept the blessings of Guru. So, if the intention is bad, but the behavior is good, so that can be overcome. If the internal intention is bad, but external behavior is good, so then one can go and associate with saintly people, and gradually his internal thing will be properly taken care. Like we all, our case is also like that. We have bad minds. Our thought process is corrupt. But we have to some extent, externally we are well behaved. That's why we have bothered to come here. It's not that we consider ourselves that we are saintly people. Do you think we all are saintly people? No. We have problems with us. But we have the sincerity to the extent that we came till this place. That means externally you are well behaved. Internally we all may have some problem, but externally we are well behaved, that we are sitting here and hearing Bhagavatam. So gradually what will happen, just by this external behavior and associating with devotees of the Lord, your internal behavior will also come in place. Will come in place. And when the external and internal will fall in place, then the blessings of Guru will come, the superiors will come, and by that one can overcome all the obstacles. Is it clear? Does that make sense? Yeah. But if the intention is good and the behavior is bad, for example, you wake up somebody at 4 a.m. That Prabhu, please wake up. Now we have got some Aarti. We'll do Aarti of Lord at 4 a.m. Intention is good. But another devotee is saying, "Bro, I slept at 1 a.m. How can I wake up at 4 a.m.? So please don't disturb now. I slept at 4 a.m." So now, the behavior is that little not so good because the person has slept at 4 a.m. So intention is good, but the behavior is not so good. But then it's okay, right? There is no problem. Gradually, it can be overcome because intention is good. No, intention is not bad. Intention is good. So gradually, the behaviors will, because the intention is good. He wants to do good things and he's doing good things. But here and there, some behaviors are not good. But eventually, it will get in place. So this is not a problem. The problem is if the intention is not good and externally one is good. That is the problem. But that can be overcome by coming in association of devotees. So that has to be taken care. The another case will be automatically sorted. But for this case, our case is little serious. Our external behavior may be very, very nice. We are well educated gentlemen, but internally we are corrupt. We have bad habits. We have bad habits. Yeah. We have some weaknesses. And that's why we have come here to learn how to overcome our weaknesses. Otherwise, why we have come? Some weaknesses are there. Externally, we all look fit, but you want to overcome your weakness. What weakness is there? Internal weakness. Minds are weak. Some bad habits are there. So for that, we have to come in association of devotees. So by the mercy of Guru, as you see, in the case of the birth of Krishna, when Krishna was supposed to take birth, Krishna came in the mind of Vasudeva, his father. And through the mind of Vasudeva, he entered in the womb of Devaki. And gradually from the womb of Devaki, Krishna took birth. So Vasudeva is like the Guru. And Devaki is like the Sishya, disciple. So the Guru gives Krishna to the disciple. And the disciple then, gradually he will be able to see Krishna face to face. Right? This is the mercy of Guru. By the mercy of the Guru, Guru will give Krishna to you because Krishna is there in the heart of his pure devotee. The pure devotees, they carry Krishna in their heart. That's why the great devotees are also called as Bhagavan. Bhagavan Vyasdev, Bhagavan Shukdev Goswami, Bhagavan Narad. They are also Bhagavan. Why? Because the Bhagavan is there in their heart. So they are as good as Bhagavan. Right? So if they, like Krishna was there in the heart of Vasudeva, so he gave in the womb of Dev. Similarly, if Krishna is there in the heart of the Guru, he will give in the heart of his disciple. And now, gradually, the disciple will be able to see face to face. If the disciple is a chaste, faithful disciple, like Devaki was a chaste and faithful wife to Vasudeva. That's why Vasudeva gave the son to Devaki. So if we are chaste and faithful to Guru, the Guru will give Krishna to us, and then we will be able to see Krishna. This is the process in spiritual life. Right? So if we humbly serve, it's in the example of Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva. You know Dhruva Maharaj? There's a story of Dhruva Maharaj. They're very interesting stories. We have called Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a very nice book. It doesn't have any formulas and equations, fortunately or unfortunately, but it has got very nice knowledge. You may not find formulas and equations, you will miss that, but there is a much more better knowledge available. Unfortunately, we don't know about it. But if you take out one book and you read it, you feel there is something much more relishable than what is going on in the name of knowledge. What is going on in the name of knowledge is very frustrating, is boring, right? But knowledge in itself is not boring. That's why when we ask students, you take some book and read it. The moment they hear some book, they get afraid. Oh, no book. Because the experience of a book is very harsh and very traumatic, right? Sometimes they remember of their period of when they used to do coaching. They get traumatized. No, 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 not again. Right? They become insane. Right? So the experience of book or reading or knowledge is very traumatic. But don't carry the same experience of those books, that knowledge with this knowledge, because this knowledge gives you in contact with Krishna, and Krishna is the source of all pleasure. He's the all attractive Lord. So don't carry the same experience. This knowledge is very attractive and very blissful because it reveals Krishna to you. And Krishna is very beautiful, right? He attracts all the gopis. Why not our minds will get attracted? If he can attract all the minds of the gopis, beautiful gopis, then surely we will also get attracted. Right? The whole Braj, the, the whole Vrindavan gets attracted with Krishna, Brajvasis, right? The whole world, the demigods, the devtas, all of them are attracted by Krishna. So we'll also get attracted, right? So we should try to go through these books, right? So to overcome our weaknesses, our bad habits, we have to um, change our subtle body. I'll tell you one example. You know what Mrigari, the hunter Mrigari? So there was a very violent hunter called Mrigari. He was a very violent hunter. So this Mrigari, he met Narad Muni, and Narad Muni educated this Mrigari, and gradually he transformed from a violent hunter to a very compassionate saint by the mercy of his guru, Narad Muni. He used to kill the animals half dead, and he used to see the animals dying, and he used to feel very happy. Oh, so nice, right? Today also people, they're very affectionate to animals, but they like eating meat also. At that time, they don't feel affection, somehow or the other. So hypocrisy, so much hypocrisy is there. You see? They feel very affectionate when the animals are tormented or harmed. But when they eat, cut and eat, they don't feel affectionate. So this is the situation. So Mrigari was like that, a very violent hunter. But actually he was not a hypocrite, at least. Today's people are hypocrite. Right? So, but Mrigari was not at least actually at least he was not a hypocrite. He accepted, yes, I am a sinful. So he accepted in front of his guru, yes, I am a sinful hunter. I kill animals. I am a sinful person. So Narad Muni blessed him. Okay, no problem. And now from now onwards, no need. So he said, how I'll survive? Because this is what my father and grandfathers used to do. How I'll survive? So Narad Muni said, don't worry, just chant Mara 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 Mara. And gradually, everything will come automatically to you. Right? So all the things will be given to you. Something like that. Some story is there like that. So just by chanting the names of the Lord, everything will be given. Right? There are so many ants. No, somewhere or the other, there must be so many ants. Just where you're sitting, also, there are so many insects must be there which you cannot see. So all of them, they are getting their food. The cockroaches, the insects, the ants, the flies, the mosquitoes, the dogs, cats. How many are there? Can you count? Do you have the ability to take care of them? No. But everybody is being taken care. Is there any food shortage? Everybody is being taken care. Right? So the Supreme Lord will survive. So now, similarly, Ajamil, I told you, Ajamil, from a sinful person, he became saintly. So I was telling, when we can overcome our weaknesses, our sinful bad habits, not by some superficial method. It can only happen when you change your mindset, when you change your intentions, the subtle body, the mind, and the intention. If the intentions are bad, then you cannot overcome your bad habits. Right? It has to, and that can only happen by the mercy of a superior, enlightened person. Like Mirgari could overcome his violent behavior by the mercy of Narad Muni. Ajamil could overcome his sinful association of the prostitute by the mercy of Vishnu Dutas. Right? So, by the mercy of a superior saintly being, we can overcome our bad sinful tendencies, not just by superficially trying to do some meditation. I do meditation 10 minutes. Nothing will happen there. Until unless we serve some spiritually enlightened person and get whenever you meditate, you will be lost in your own meditation only. It will not help. And there are so many examples. So, muted meditation will not help. Service is required. Humility is required. Humility is the key. So, gradually, the intention, the surroundings, and actions all play a very intricate role. I'll just tell you a brief relationship between it. So, if the surroundings are good, favorable, but the intention, if the surroundings are not good, but the intentions are good, will it help? Surroundings are not good. We are staying in a bad surrounding, but my intention is good. And my willpower is also not so strong. My willpower is also not strong. Will it help? I'll give you some examples. Kaki. She had a good intention. She wanted to make her son as king. But she had a weak willpower because she was woman. Women generally are little soft-hearted. So she had a weak willpower and a bad surrounding. Who was that bad surrounding? Mandara. And unfortunately, she got influenced by the bad surrounding. Good intention, weak willpower, and bad surrounding. All together came out to be very chaotic. Right. And another case is Karna. Karna also. He had also bad surroundings, but good intention, but bad surroundings, and gradually he became evil. His intentions became evil. He became a very evil man. You know who gave the idea to disrobe Draupadi? Who got this noble idea to disrobe Draupadi in the Sabha? He was not Dushashan and Duryodhan. He was Karna. Such as some people they glorify Karna, that he was very good and he got cheated. No, he was sinful to the extent that he was so shameless that he wanted to disrobe Draupadi in front of everybody, make her naked. Right. So why did it happen? Because of bad surrounding. He got influenced by Dushashan and company and became so sinful he even surpassed them also. He became so sinful. So that is not good. But if the surroundings are good and the intentions are good, even though our willpower may be weak, is it good? Will it help? Our willpower is weak, but the surroundings are good, and my intention is also good. Will it help? This is your situation. This is our situation. Our intention is good, surrounding is good, but willpower is little weak. So gradually you'll progress. You'll progress. This is good. Because the intention is good, surrounding is good. Even though there is weak willpower, gradually the willpower will become strong. Because the soil is fertile. The seed is sown in fertile soil. So gradually the seed will grow and will become a tree. Because the surrounding is good. All the nutrients are there in the soil. But if you remain in this surrounding, then only you will be overcome your weaknesses, weak willpower, which is becoming victim to all the harmful surroundings, victim of harmful surroundings. But eventually, when you take good association of good surroundings, your willpower will become strong, and then you'll be able to resist all the bad things. But you have to keep in touch and maintain your good intentions. So sometimes we may say, sir, I have to study a lot. Even many times it may be proper reason also, but sometimes we may use this as an excuse also, and to do some bad things to promote our bad habits. But that is a bad intention. We should not do like that. We should keep our intentions good. Sir, I have time. I'll come. I'll associate. I'll read books, and I'll give time, and then you'll become very strong, right? You will become very strong, like the hippies. When Prabhupada, our founder Acharya of ISKCON, when he went to America, he met many hippies there. You know about Prabhupada? Yeah, he met many hippies in the 1960s. There was a hippie movement. So do you think the hippies were very nice people? No. They were more or less like VIT students. Little more degraded than VIT students. So the hippies were very unclean, sinful people, but they have got good surrounding. They got association of a very powerful Acharya, of a guru, very powerful guru, Swami Prabhupada. And because of that good surrounding and the good intention, they wanted to associate with the Swami. They gradually overcome their weaknesses and they became saintly. The hippies became happies, right? So, but if they would have left, then they would not have become right. Now, if the situation is unfavorable, if the surroundings are unfavorable, and the intentions are good, and even though we may, and the willpower is weak, then will it help? If the surrounding is not good, intentions are good, and the willpower is weak. We see there are many cases like that. When the students come, they come with a good intention, they want to study, but the surrounding is not good, and the willpower is also not so great. So what happens eventually? They succumb. They succumb to the allurements. They start doing all the trending things. What is there in the trend? They start searching what is there in the trend. So they want to be a part of it. Because you don't want to get stigmatized. Stigmatized means you don't want to be out of the crowd. Nobody want to be like that. We want to be in the crowd, right? Because it's very difficult to stand alone, to stand apart. It's very difficult because we have weak willpower. How will we be able to stand apart when everybody is doing nonsense things? How will we be able to stand alone? So we succumb to them. The weak willpower. We succumb to the bad surroundings. So the best thing is, even though we have weak willpower, if we take advantage of our good surroundings and good intentions if we keep, then we'll be able to develop it. Like Ravana, you see, he had got two associations. One is Surpanakha and one is Marich. So Surpanakha, she told, if you are my brother, and if you don't kill this Rama and Lakshmana, you don't enjoy this beautiful Sita, then what is the point of you being Ravana? Because in your kingdom, your sister is, her nose is cut, her ears are cut, and you are not taking any action. And what is the point of you being the ruler of 3 planets and the big demon? What is the point? So she gave a bad counsel to Ravana, and Ravana succumbed to her. Ravana fall prey to the egoistic, the emotional blackmailing of Surpanakha. And whereas Marich, he said, you see, Ravan, I am your servant, but I want to give you good advice. You may not like it, but don't go to kidnap Sita. Rama is very strong. You know what he did to Marich? You know, with one arrow, Marich was sent 14,000 yojanas in the middle of the ocean. One arrow, some 1,200 kilometers around. And he fell in the mid of the ocean. So Marich got a glimpse of the strength of Rama. So he gave a good counsel to Ravana. I have seen, I have experienced. So I give you a good counsel, don't go there. But Ravana, he took association of Surpanakha. So that's what we have to choose. In life, we have to make important choices. Life is all about making important decisions, important discriminations. If you don't do these important discriminations, your life will be wasted. Even though you may be very knowledgeable, Ramana was also very knowledgeable. He was not illiterate. He was a big Pandit, the son of Vishushrava something, the grandson of Pulastya Muni, very big Pandit. Rama also honored him, gave him good funeral. But bad association. So generally, the mood of this demoniac people, they keep changing their mood. It keeps changing like a pendulum. It keeps changing. You see, in the case of Kamsa also, when his sister, you know, the sister of Kamsa, who is the sister of Kamsa? Devki. So when sister of Kamsa, Devki, was married to Vasudev, and Kamsa was taking both of them in a very nice way on the chariot, and was very happy, singing song. My sister is married, good brother. But the moment some information came from the sky that the eighth son of Devki will kill Kamsa, immediately Kamsa took out his sword and catched the hair of his sister and went to about to slaughter. Where all the love and care went? All the love and care was kept aside. So when the question comes to one's own ego, to one's own comforts, immediately the demoniac people, they swing. Immediately they'll swing from one end to another end, and they'll show the another facade of their character. So we should never trust this kind of people who are completely materialistic in their nature. Because people who have no spiritual life in their aim, they will swing for sure. One day or the another day, they will swing. Because for them, the only thing is, let us enjoy. If you give them the facility, they are with you. Now, if somebody else gives them the facility, they are with them. That doesn't matter. What matters is enjoyment. That I should enjoy. I should be the center of this world. So one should bring spiritual knowledge in one's life. Otherwise, we'll succumb to all the demoniac tendencies. So always this clash goes on between the surroundings and between you. Always this conflict goes on. So if the internal surrounding is bad, you will succumb to the external surrounding. So you have to maintain your internal mindset and consciousness very nicely. So what is more difficult to change, the internal or the external? Huh? Internal is okay. Internal is within your hands. External is not in your hands. What you can do if there is something happening in VIT which is not supposed to happen. So what you can do? You can do anything. If there's something going on in politics and somebody is doing corruption, what you can do? You can do anything? You can't do anything. But you can do something for yourself. If the whole path is filled with pebbles and stones, what you will do? You'll wear your slippers. And you'll have nice slippers and boots so that the pebbles, or you'll take a broom and clean the whole Kanganalai road, the main road. from VIP to Italy, so that whenever I come to the center, there should be no problem. So I'll sleep. No, we are good sleeper. I have to go out of the college, so I'll let me have some shoes so that I'll be protected. Like that. So you are aware of the fact that the whole world is filled with demoniac people, selfish people. So why don't you take precaution? Why don't you protect yourself? Why don't you take some vaccine? Like for example, in Corona, the atmosphere was saturated with some virus. There was a virus. So what is the solution? You get vaccine, you become strong, you increase your immunity. Why not to kill the rascal virus? Catch him, kill him. Not possible. No, we have so many submarines and nuclear weapons. Why not to leave everything on that virus? No, not possible. Not possible. All the mechanisms, all the technologies, useless. No use. So what we did, we had to vaccine ourselves. We had to increase our immunity. That is important. So this lust, anger, greed, these are like downward going tendencies. And it takes us down, lust, anger, greed. We have to reverse it. We have to take it up. If the energy, you have got some energy. If you don't channelize it upwards, it will go downwards. If you go upwards, it will form into ojas, tejas. That is called the practicing of three things. There are three things you should practice: Swadhyay, Sadhana, and Sadhu Sangha. 3S. Repeat after me: Swadhyay, Sadhu Sangha, and Sadhana. Swadhyay, Sadhana, and Sadhu Sangha. You'll remember? So what we are doing now is Swadhyay, studying, trying to understand. And Sadhu Sangha is also going on. You are studying with some, you have come in this center, there's many people who are saintly in nature, and they don't have bad character, they don't have vices, they are virtuous people, they're trying to develop some virtuous character. So now you have got an opportunity. There's an opportunity, the great opportunity is there. That there are some good people, some virtuous people have come here. So we should immediately take association of them because it's very rare. It's very rare. We should take advantage of it. And we should uplift ourselves. Otherwise, you will degrade. The whole atmosphere is saturated to pull you down. But there is some opportunity. You should immediately take advantage of it and uplift yourself. Otherwise, great suffering. Right? Ravana, Duryodhana became the cause of destroying their whole dynasty. You're trying to do something good for your family and society. Your intention is good, but you're in a bad surrounding and your willpower is weak. So the result will be chaos. Just by having good intention will not help you. You need a good willpower also. And good willpower comes when there is good surrounding. Good intention plus good willpower, surrounding will give you good willpower. But your intention is only good, and the willpower is weak, and the surrounding is bad. Will it help? No. We will become the cause of the destruction of the whole dynasty and the whole society in turn. And that is what we have learned in the history. That there may be Kansa, Duryodhan, Karna, Ravana, but we see Prahlad. You see Prahlad? Even though in bad surrounding, but good intention, wants to serve Vishnu and good willpower. Because of the mercy of Narad Muni. How these two things will come? Good intention and good willpower. By the mercy of Guru, not by just by our wish. How nice will it be if I overcome all my bad habits? How nice I'll be. Just by thinking like that, wishing like that will not happen. You need the mercy of the superiors. So Prahlad, even the son of a demon, he became a great saint because of the mercy of Narad Muni. You see, the history is filled with such kind of that the Rakshasas, the hunters, also they could uplift themselves. Even though they were there in bad environment, but they could uplift by the mercy of Guru. and the saintly people. So we should go and take advantage of that. So that may be Prahlad, Bhishma, Akrura, Vibhishana. Vibhishana was in bad surrounding, but gradually he uplifted himself and came, and his intention was good. And by the mercy of Rama and other devotees, by the mercy of Hanuman. So like that, we have to follow the footsteps of Vibhishana, Prahlad, Bhishma, and Vidura, and Hanuman, not Ravana, Karna, Kamsa, not Duryodhana, not these people. Right? Okay. Anybody has any question regarding this? So ultimately, the solution is good association, mercy of Guru. These two things are three. Sadhu Sang, Swadhyay. Swadhyay means studying good books. Study good books. Hear good lectures will help you. Swadhyay, अध्ययन करना. स्व अध्ययन करना, उसको स्वाध्याय कहते हैं. खुद से अध्ययन करो. यहाँ पे अच्छी किताबें हैं, ले के पढ़ो. अच्छे लेक्चर्स होते हैं, इसको सुनो. स्वाध्याय, साधु संग, associate with saintly people. Once in a week, twice in a week, thrice in a week, come spend some time, interact with devotees, and imbibe their character. And then third thing is sadhana. Sadhana means we should chant. You should chant this Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is called sadhana. Every day we should chant Hare Krishna mantra. This mantra, Manah Trayate iti mantra. So by chanting the mantra, the mind will be liberated. You are asking something? Yeah. So first of all, you have to know who is a guru, the qualifications of a guru. So first of all, you have to educate yourself the basics of spiritual science. Now you have entered in this field. It's a new field. You don't know the things of this field. So before you go to find a guru, you should know who is a guru, what are the qualifications of a guru, and what are the qualifications of a disciple. I want to become disciple. What I need to be qualified as a disciple. So these things one should learn. So if you keep coming here regularly. The last seminar which we had the topic was this: qualifications of a guru and qualifications of a disciple. So gradually, when you learn the qualifications and your qualification, what is expected from you, and you'll try to bring it, then gradually you'll be able to see. If there are bad people, there are good people also. Sometimes people feel everybody, so many gurus are corrupt. How can I find any guru? So many professors are also corrupt. There are so many PhDs, papers are being published by doing things here and there. But there are good papers also being published. There are good professors also. There are good doctors also. Even though 90% are corrupt, but they're 10% good. There are good politicians also. Right? So everywhere it is there. One should not feel dejected. Any other question? Okay. So we will have some kirtan and then we'll have prashad. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.